Hi again, everybody. My name is Greg Anderson, and this is the Good Timekeeping Show with Greg Anderson. Today, I want to do a quick review of this watch here and all these variations. This is the W800H, and this one I found at Walmart, just right there on the shelf, for about $20. They also had a reverse LCD version of this one, and I opted not to get that one. Some people like the reverse LCD. I find it a little bit more difficult to read, so I didn't get that. I also found this one at Walmart for about the same price. So this is the W800H-1A. This is the W800HM-3A. I found these others online. This one, for some reason, was just a few dollars less expensive over there at Amazon. W800HG-9AV. This one with the blue bezel is the W800HM-2A. A lot of Casio watches with blue on them have a 2 in the model description, or the model name and number. And then this is the W800HM-3A, and 3 is kind of a common number in the designation on Casios with green in them. So this is kind of like collect all of them, right? Some of you are maybe about as old as I am. You remember way back when they used to give a lot of free prizes inside cereal boxes. And so they'd say, you can get one of these action figures, collect them all. So you'd have to buy a whole bunch of different cereal boxes to get all of them. That was quite a time.
That's the blue one. Daddy, I got the blue one. I got the green one. Ugh. I got the red striped one.
But that doesn't really happen anymore, so this is what I have instead. I want to just give you a quick overview of what these watches can do. These watches all use the same module 3240, and you can get the full instructions from the Casio website if you want to. 100-meter water resistance, a nice clear display there, and the main timekeeping mode, you get the day of the week, the time with hours, minutes, and seconds, and the date right there, and whether or not your alarm is set, whether or not it's set to snooze mode, and whether or not the hourly signal is set. It's a 10-year battery. That's the CR2025 battery. A lot of Casios that have a 10-year battery life use that same CR2025 battery. Now this has 4 buttons. I find that 4 buttons, the 4-button versions of watches are easier for me to use than the 3-button versions of different Casio watches. It's just more intuitive to me. I can get through this pretty easily with 4 buttons. You can see mode button, adjust, the 12 and 24 hour selection right there, just with the touch of that button, and a backlight, and I'll show you that in just a moment. If I go to the next mode, you can see it's an alarm mode, and here I can select whether the hourly signal will be on or off. Just push the adjust button, tap that, and see the signal is activated or deactivated. Here I can set the alarm time, and then I can have that alarm with snooze, so it repeats every 5 minutes for a total of 30 minutes from the time it's set to go. Now alarm is off, and now alarm is on in the regular just 1 time per day mode. And you can see there's the local time right there. You can also set this to have the alarm go on specific days. Down here, if I press and hold the adjust, right here I can select a specific month, and it goes every day that month, or a specific day of that month. Or if I go back here and set this to just a dash, then it's the first day of every month. So you have those options on customizing that alarm. Now, if I go to the next mode, this is my stopwatch mode. It's a 24-hour stopwatch, and it's pretty easy, pretty intuitive. Start and stop it with this button over here. Reset using the adjust button, and restart it there. Also the split time using that adjust button while it's running. And there you go. The next mode is dual time mode, and you can set this to whatever you want. I have looked up the time offset for UTC, so I set it to some different hour than the local hour, and the same number of minutes, and the seconds will be the same as your regular timekeeping. But if you wanted to, you could have it be some different number of minutes. So if you wanted this to be, say, your local time plus 5 minutes, you could set it, customize it to that setting as well. And there you are back in your local time mode. If I push adjust here, then that's where I can manually adjust seconds, hours, minutes, the year, month, and date. And that's it. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Oh, and I almost forgot, here's what the backlight looks like on these budget-friendly watches. Nothing too spectacular, just a little backlight LED that comes from the bottom corner there. And, not bad at all, really. But I wanted to show you something special about this watch here. It's the same module, does all the same things, except right here when I go past the alarm mode, I've got a countdown timer mode, and that's a 24-hour countdown timer I can customize for any number of hours and minutes. Between 1 minute all the way up to a full 24 hours. And then I have the stopwatch mode, the dual time mode, and I'm back to the start. So how is it exactly that this watch has a countdown timer and this other watch over here just skips right past that and does not have a countdown timer? Well, I've actually shown this in a different video, and there are other folks online that have shown how to do this. If you take the watch apart and take the module apart and do a little bit of kind of elective surgery inside there, you can activate kind of that hidden feature. So it's not too simple, but I think, well, I'll give you the link to the video where I show you in detail how to do that modification in case you want to try it on your own. And I take no responsibility for whether or not, it's successful when you do it. I'm sorry, I just can't, guarantee there. But I did show you as well as I could how to make that modification. And, worst case scenario, if it completely ruins the watch, you're only out about $20, the value of the watch. So, but if it works great, then that's great. So I think what I'm going to do, since I now have collected all of these 5 colors that I wanted, these 2 here have already been modified. These 3 have not. I'm going to go ahead and make those modifications so that all 5 of these watches that I'm going to keep will have the countdown timer available. All right, that was a bit of a chore, but I like the fact that each one of these watches now has the countdown timer mode available. And so I like that. A very simple modification. Now, some people say, well, if you were to go in there and do some more modifications, you could enable 5 alarms instead of the 1 alarm, and you can do a few other things like that. And I thought, well, this is the simplest one to do. And with the 5 alarm modification, things don't work exactly the way I want them to. So I'm going to stick with this countdown timer addition to all of these watches and call it good for now. And so that's, your call if you want to try what I tried, or if you want to just leave them stock as they came from the factory, up to you. But I like this variety of colors. I am so glad I have these now, and I'm going to use these maybe as beater watches, or maybe just a fun little, not too big, not too small, just a good watch that's fairly accurate. What else can I say? I like these watches. All right, well, that's it for now, and I hope you'll join me soon for more episodes of The Good Timekeeping Show.